Hi friends, welcome back. I'm Joan. This week I want to talk about, a while ago I told you I was in a slump and I needed to get out of the slump. So I grabbed a lot of books that I had that I could also then get the audio from Libby. That's how the books were selected. I just went through a huge list. If I could get the audio, that became my list. And my two book club books. So there were 5 random, 2 book club, and I'm going to do that again this week. So I went through my list. I talked about this one being on a bundle of 9 books that I was going to do one week, but I took it off just because it's available and I need a good book. My last batch was a little disappointing, so I've added 2 books that I've already read that I know are good, that I know will be satisfying. So, To Kill a Mockingbird. I saw the movie first by accident. I used to just kind of, after working a long week, I used to work 4/10s, and sometimes I'd have Sunday off. Anyway, I was off and I was at my aunt's. I didn't have cable, so I was at my aunt's house. This was back in the day, and I was flipping and like Turner Classic Movie, but the movie had already just started, so I didn't know the title. And gosh, who doesn't fall in love with Atticus and aren't charmed by Jem and Scout, and even, you know, Boo Radley. And my favorite line ever, at least from the movie, I'm sure it's in here too, is when Scout says hey to Miss DeBose. "Don't you say hey to me, you ugly girl. You say good afternoon, Miss DeBose." It's like, just cracks me up. Anyway, so this is going to be like seeing an old friend, and I know it's going to be good. I don't need the audio. I know it as well. So this one is a book club read. I have been looking forward to this one since the book club met, of course, while I was recovering from surgery and couldn't go. And then they picked like 5 or 6 books they picked out through June, and nobody had a say in it. They did a book exchange, and whatever those books were became the book club books, which wasn't how I would like to do it, but this was the first one that I was excited about. So I am looking forward to it. I don't know much about it. It takes place in July '62, following the tradition of Indigenous workers from Nova Scotia. A family arrives in Maine to pick blueberries for the summer. Weeks later, 4-year-old Ruthie, the family's youngest child, vanishes. She's last seen by her 6-year-old brother Joe, sitting on a favorite rock at the edge of a berry field. Joel will remain distraught by his sister's disappearance for years to come. So, if, you know, you can't do the child thing, this will not be, but I'm interested. Sounds like a well-crafted, layered story, so I'm really interested in this. I don't think I have audio. I think it's still going to be months, but it's a book club, so I've got to go the distance. This book, I saw the movie on my birthday with my best friend when it came out, and goodness, I love this film. And I am fully aware, because I own the film, I've watched it a lot, and I know these characters are going to be formed already in my head by the movie. However, having said that, the book is always more layered, more nuanced, more detail. So I'm excited to get to know a depth and layer to my acquaintance, the people that I'm already acquainted with from watching the film so many times. So really looking forward to this. And I do have it on audio, and that's how it was selected, because I've owned the book a long time. I think it was also a half-price book. Fine. This book I picked up because I buy books about books. It is The Midnight at the Bright Idea bookstore. And I bought this properly at a bookstore. One of the things my best friend and I like to do, we don't like see each other a ton, But when we do, we have a day and we usually go out to eat somewhere, and then we go to the largest Barnes and Noble we can find. We get coffee and we spend hours perusing the bookstore. And I always like to leave with some little treat. So this audiobook was available, and that's how it's selected. I still have maybe 2 or 3 more similarly titled books. I'm looking forward to it. I don't know anything about it. A clerk at the Bright Ideas bookstore, she leads a meticulously ordered existence among her beloved books, eccentric colleagues, and the book frogs, the lost and lonely regulars who spend every day browsing overwhelmed stacks. I'm a book frog. Who knew? I've never heard the term. So that'll be really a fun read, I think. I hope. And if not, well, at least I have the term book frog now. Okay, my other read that I've already done, and it's a tried and true, but I have not read it since I was pregnant with my first child back in 1999. Harry Potter. He became my first Harry boyfriend. Not Harry boyfriend. My husband would come home and I was just reading the books, and he's like, how's your boyfriend Harry? And then I started, after I'd gone through this series, and I found the Harry Bosch books by Michael Connelly. Another, how's your boyfriend Harry? So, spent a lot of time with those boys. Anyway, what's not to love? Seen the movie a lot. I read the book, and just, you know, it's a great series. And I can't say enough about this series. If you have kids and they're, you know, they do get darker, they get progressively darker, which is a good thing and a bad thing. If you have like this appetite for books with your kids, it means you're going to have to wait until they're age appropriate to start consuming some of that. However, having said that, one of the things that, there's a good book called the Read Aloud Handbook by Jim Trelease. He's now passed on. But for my stepdad was a teacher, and he was such an advocate of, he kept stacks of these books and handed them out to people, parents and librarians and teachers. So, you know, one of the things when these books came out that Jim Trelease wrote was that the structure and the length and the vocabulary in these books will really help your child's vocabulary grow, their attention span grow, and their reading comprehension grow. Besides being completely engaging and wonderful characters. I mean, everyone, this is not a secret, but another, you know, comfortable companion that will not disappoint is in that stack. And then I have not read this one. Now, I have read a couple of Kristen Hanna books and love them. They're not always like happy reads. They keep you going along the way. So people have talked about this book endlessly. So I'm going to read it because I want not to be disappointed. The last batch was a little disappointing. There was, you know, more 2s. 2 stars than, you know, I would care to like in a stack of 7. So I know this is going to be good. I'm pretty sure this is going to be something I love. I'm hopeful that myself as a book frog will love this one. I love this story. I'm hopeful about this one. And I know I'm going to love this one. And I just got a delivery while we were filming. My other one that I will be reading in this stack is 3 Days in June, which is another book club selection. I can't get the audio. It's going to be next year before that becomes available on Libby for my you know, area or whatever. So that's it. I will update you when I get through this stack of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 books. It seems to be a good number, like 5 rando choices and then 2 book club selections. And it usually takes me you know, 5 or 6 full days of reading, which isn't bad. It seems to move along, and I do better. So if you're in a slump, sort of like a rolling craps or something, there's just whatever's available that you have hardback for, that is available for audio, and then 2 that you need to do for book club. Anyway, I hope you guys are enjoying things. Please like and subscribe. It helps the algorithm if you're so inclined. I always, you know, myself as a consumer of YouTube, when they say, smash that like button, I always go, no. So this serves me right. Nobody's liking or subscribing. But you know, if you want to throw me a bone, there you go. Anyway, until next time, keep reading.